You have goals, you have ambitions, we all have things that we'd like to have happen in our lives, and the good news is that all of these goals, ambitions and positive occurrences are possible. All we have to do to achieve them is to start doing the work that needs to be done in order to make them real. This is Steve Black with Content for Coaches, and welcome to Friday Focus. You've probably heard the phrase carpe diem. That's Latin for seize the day. And if you want to move your life in a different direction, one that produces positive changes and motivates you to be more productive, then really you should make carpe diem your motto. You need to begin seizing the day and using your time productively so you can begin building the future that you want to live in. Leadership guru John Maxwell said, "You'll never change your life until you change something that you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine." And this video is all about helping you to identify and establish powerful habits in your daily routine that will allow you to crank up your productivity. Adopting some or all of these habits and incorporating them into your day-to-day schedule will help you get more done. You'll not only begin reaching your goals, but you'll also begin reaching them sooner than you ever thought possible. And the first, my favorite, is rise and shine. When you get up earlier, two things happen. One, you'll need to take a mid-afternoon nap. No, wait, sorry, that's not it. Let's try this again. One, you'll have more time in your day to get things done. Obvious, right? Productivity is all about working on tasks that help you achieve your goals, and the more hours that you have to play with, the more likely it is that you're going to achieve your goals. And two, let's talk about energy. Now, maybe you're already a morning person, in which case you already know what I'm talking about. However, if you're not naturally a morning person, it may be time to think about becoming one. Study after study has shown that the most personally productive hours in the day occur before noon. And it all has to do with natural body rhythms and cycles. So when you get up earlier, you not only have more time to get stuff done, but you also have more energy. It's a productivity win-win. Now, I get more done between 5:30 and 8 every morning than I sometimes get during the rest of the day because I'm not getting interrupted. My second powerful habit is being punctual. Let's state the obvious. You should have a schedule of what you want to accomplish on any given day, and if you don't, then you need to start using one to make your day and week as effective and efficient as possible. When you need to be places, take phone calls, and generally do things, you need to do them at the time you schedule them. Without a schedule, you're just winging it and spending too much time thinking about what you should be doing. And when you're late with one thing, you begin to fall behind on everything else that's on your schedule. This means that you have to start rushing to catch up, and that usually means that you're not doing your best work. So be punctual. Get to appointments and meetings on time. Make phone calls when you're supposed to. The better timekeeper you are, the more you'll get done. The third is sleep and move, and I don't mean sleepwalking. Besides food and water, your body only has two other absolute needs: sleep and exercise. When you don't get enough rest, you can't maintain the mental energy levels that are required for you to be optimally productive. Likewise, when you don't get enough exercise, you don't have the stamina it takes to remain productive over the course of a long day. Make sure that you put enough time aside for adequate amounts of both sleep and exercise. And if you do, you'll find that you have more energy, and more energy equals greater productivity and no afternoon naps. Yes, I keep mentioning that, I know. Fourth, develop Keystone habits. All our positive behavior is nothing more than a habit. When you perform a positive action over and over and over again, it becomes habitual. And when you continue to make positive action without even thinking about it. In addition, one positive habit can lead to other positive behaviors, which over time will also become habitual. That's why developing your Keystone habits are so important to increase productivity. Keystone habits are nothing more than simple acts that you routinely perform throughout your day. For example, if you make your bed every morning after you get up, no matter what, you establish a tone of positive production that will stay with you as you go about your business. This effect can be enhanced by layering one Keystone habit on top of another. So not only do you make your bed every day, you also make it a habit to rinse and stack your breakfast dishes in the sink or put them in the dishwasher. The point is that when you routinely do what needs to be done, you start to develop a habit of treating everything that you do in a similar way. Fifth, make room for downtime. There is a tendency to want to remain plugged in and on top of all communication simply because we can. Phone, email, social media, One of the best ways to remain optimally productive is to know when to take a break and not be productive at all. I know it seems strange, but think about it. Think of your productivity like a well. The lower down a bucket, you pull up some cold water. Nice, clean, drinking water. However, if you lower down that bucket too many times in a row, you're bound to come up empty because you've drained all the water. You need to give yourself enough time to recharge and rejuvenate. You cannot be fully productive when your batteries are drained and you have nothing left to give. Remember to walk away on a regular basis. This means no checking your phone for messages, no answering emails, no quick phone calls. Your time away is sacred. It is a key to you being truly effective at what you do. Treat it as such. I try to make it a priority to stand and walk around for 5 to 10 minutes nearly every hour. Sometimes that can be a little bit difficult depending on the project I'm working on, but you'll be amazed at how fresh you feel afterwards. 6th, eliminate distractions. Now, to be truly productive, we need to be focused on the task at hand when we're actually working on that task. However, in today's always connected modern world, maintaining focus is increasingly difficult. The studies have shown that on average we're only able to concentrate on a given task for 3 to 5 minutes before being distracted by social media, by emails or other things that interfere with concentration. Obviously, you're not going to be very productive and task-oriented when you're only able to focus for 3 to 5 minute intervals. The secret to keeping focused on what you're doing is by removing the source of those distractions. Because social media is one of the biggest culprits, it's important to install safeguards that allow you to resist the allure of checking for updates. The less distracted you are, the more you can maintain your focus and the more productive you become. I know it was hard at first, but now I'm close to checking emails 3 to 4 times per day instead of every 5 minutes, looking for that little notification so I can see who's contacting me. Let's face it, if I knew them and it was an emergency, they'd call me. 7th, make a plan. One of the major drains on productivity is simply not knowing where to direct your attention. Let's face it, each day we're faced with information overload. We get phone calls, emails, text messages and more. We use apps that are supposedly designed to make our lives easier, but instead start to compete for our attention by adding their reminders to the mix of information that is already bombarding us. What can happen is that we spend our time and energy dealing with situations that do not promote our goals and our best interests. And one of the best ways to combat this problem is with a weekly plan. And while creating your weekly plan, when it comes to any task, ask yourself, why am I doing it? And what do I want to get out of it? Simply posing these questions to yourself prior to doing anything will allow you to begin to prioritize what truly needs to be done and eliminate your time wasters. I always try to plan out my week on the weekend before, and I always try to make sure I add one thing to my plan on every day that leads me towards achieving my goal. My plan means I know what to do and don't have to think what's next. That means increased productivity. And 8th, make your workspace nice to be in. We all spend a great deal of time in the space where we work. That might be a physical office at a remote location. It might be a room or a corner in your home that has been reserved for that purpose. No matter where your office is located, it needs to be inviting, comfortable and welcoming. It should reflect your personality and your style so you feel comfortable being there. There's absolutely no reason for your workspace to be spartan, cold or off-putting. You're not a recluse and your office is not a jail cell. If you're not literally or figuratively chained to your desk. Work should be rewarding, not a punishment, and your office should reflect that. Make sure that the furnishings are comfortable. A desk may be a necessity, but it doesn't have to be uncomfortable. The same thing goes for a chair. Use a chair that makes you feel glad that you sat down in it. Lighting, art, music and colour all have an appropriate place in your office. Imagine how your productivity will skyrocket when you enjoy being in your workspace. So there you have it. Whatever you do in life or business, creating powerful habits will help you be more productive. But it also reduces your stress levels and makes it all the more enjoyable. I hope this list of powerful habits has left you thinking about what you can do to be more productive. Are there any I missed? What habits do you have to help you be productive? Until next Friday, this is Steve Black with Content for Coaches. Thanks for watching.